I can't even remember the last time I was on Howard Stern, but it was like 15 years ago or something. And either I said it on the show or after it ended, I was like, because I know he's interested in chess and photography and whatever, I just was like, he has like the soul of an artist, and I was like, you should get into painting. And now, like, it's sad for me because I feel like he should have also got out while he was ahead. Like, whenever his contract ended, he should have stopped. He's kind of feeling to me like my dad talking at me or down to me now.
He does a little bit of that.
But his watercolors...
I think that's a natural thing that happens to old men, though.
Jamie, if you could find
I'm probably going to be doing that soon.
Oh, definitely. I hope not, though.
I'm going to be talking down to people soon.
Youngins, I think you'll be more accepting of being talked down to if someone looks like this.
Yes.
But his
I'm
watercolors...
just joking about that, of course.
His watercolors, he just, like, paints all the time now. And they're better than most, like, artists.
I'm sure.
He's
a brilliant guy.
He, like, went into it hard, you know?
Look, that guy is responsible for all this. If it wasn't for him, we got ahead of the game.
Yeah,
because of the Howard Stern show. That's very good. This is recent.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
so how long did he take to be able to paint like this?
I think he just dedicated like 10 years to it. You know,
wow.
And he's like, and it's honestly probably why he's not that good at broadcasting anymore.
Because he's interested in
because he's like, and you could tell, like, that's a
really
lot.
good.
It's really good, right?
It's really good. Like perspective.
I mean,
shading.
I offered him art lessons.
Wow.
After I did his show, I was like, hey, dude, if you ever want to, like, and he's like, I'm not even close.
Look at that.
It's great. Like,
you might be right about that. Maybe that's like his primary focus now.
So I always remember,
it's also probably like, that's why he doesn't go into town. I mean,
look at that shit, dude. He's like, and those things are tiny. Those are like with those tiny brushes, and
it's really incredible. It's really incredible. But of course, it just like makes sense. Like when I heard that he was like really into chess, I was like, oh, of course he is. That makes sense. It's like whatever led him to figure out how to be the biggest broadcaster in history, that kind of energy could apply to anything. And you're seeing that with
if
the
you're doing that,
yeah,
then it's like that took away from, you only have certain hours in the day.
Right.
And like that's not like a casual, like he's going for it.
Right.
Like that's like, he could sell those in a gallery, right?
I wonder if they're complementary though, because some things I think other activities are complementary. There's like cross training.
That's no talking. Like he uses that's like quiet, nobody, like silent. That's meditation.
But my thought was, I wonder if that stimulates the mind in a way that might actually make him better at talking to people. Because oftentimes that does happen. Like when you get good at another thing, like you get better at certain aspects of other things that you do that are like correlated.
So can I tell you what happened? And I would love your feedback on it.
Yes.
So I'm kind of like, I didn't realize it, but I'm kind of like that too, right? And just being born and raised in Los Angeles, people go, are you interested in making movies or being an actor? And I never really put it together, but I was like, why would I want to be an actor? Like the only roles available for Asians are Kung Fu Master, which I'm not that good at martial arts. I am an MMA artist, mixed media artist, but not that kind of artist. And I'm not, what is it? It's either like nerd, like math geek, waiter, like it's just, I'd never seen an Asian guy be the lead or something, so it just like I killed the own dream for me, In the same way, when I give art lessons or play with like someone who's not an artist, the first thing they always throw out is like, I suck. And I go, why did you do that? Why did you just like do that to yourself before we even started?
Yeah.
And it's because we do that from the day that we can talk and walk, right?
Well, we also do that to express humility out of respect for what you do. That's people
true.
say things like that just because they're a fan. Like if you asked me if I could draw, I'd go, I could draw pretty good, but I kind of suck compared to you. I would say
that's
why they're doing it. They just don't want you to think like, oh, I'm a fucking artist too, bro. Like they don't want to come off douchey. They're fans.
I hear you. And that's fair, but don't you think at a young age, if they see like a kid being strong or doing something athletic, they go, oh, he's going to be a football player. And you already start getting boxed into. Like if I start drawing and stuff, they're like, oh, he's going to be an artist. So in the same way, I killed my own dream because I was like, there's just nothing. Like if the movie in my head, I am Indiana Jones. I'm the fucking Wolverine. I'm Batman. I'm all those things. But I wouldn't have that role if I got it. So I just killed the dream for myself. In the same way, I I grew up in a lot of different mixed neighborhoods, and so my dad, who's a great athlete, he plays every sport, would take us to like the playground, and there'd be all these black guys playing basketball, and he could sink it from anywhere in the court, and he'd give us the ball and go, now your turn. Keep in mind, I've never thrown a basketball, so it's like the second I miss, Mr. Miyagi, it's like it's not a safe place to make accidents and whatever. Now at age 46, sometimes I go with my artsy friends early in the morning, like 5:30. We all have kids now, so we go early in the morning before anyone's awake. And because the threat of being made fun of is gone, I'm like, I'm pretty good at. I'm like, I can fucking throw a spiral. Like I can catch I'm like, oh, holy shit. And then same thing, like when I work with people where no one they know that they're not being watched or whatever.
Right.
I'm like, oh shit, like you're really good at drawing,
Yeah, that holds people back with everything. That holds people back. Performance anxiety holds people back in fights, holds people back with comedy,
So I wasn't trying, like, I'm like you, I'm not trying to be an actor or anything, but during every time I've been on TV, it's just either as myself or like a cartoonish, exaggerated version of myself. And so my ego got a little bit inflated because it was like thumbs up my hitchhiking show or me going looking for a dinosaur or going on Bourdain's show or Dave Chang's show. It's always just me. I'm not acting, right? And then because I was doing all these like kind of cooking, Dave Chang, you know him, the chef?
I don't know him personally.
Yeah, I was doing this show Ugly Delicious with him on Netflix, and Marielle, the producer of it, is like, do you want to be a food judge on like Top Chef? And I was like, fuck yeah, like I want to go eat good stuff. And it was this Jonathan Gold episode where he's he's like the best food critic in LA that had passed away. So this was like out of respect to him. And Jon Favreau was there, and he has his own cooking show with Roy Choe called The Chef Show on Netflix. And I had heard that he had just gotten the Star Wars gig to do The Mandalorian, and I have mixed feelings about how much that I'm a grown man and I still go to the comic book shop every Wednesday and all that stuff. But like, I love superhero stuff. Like I love Batman, Spider-Man, Superman. I love all that shit. I love all the Star Wars stuff. Even though most of it is all shitty now, I still love it. So I told him, I don't know when I'm ever going to meet this guy again. So as we went to Tacos 1988, and as he got in the car and the valet pulls up, I go, hey, good. I didn't want to be the fanboy guy, but I was like, hey, congratulations on getting that Star Wars gig. And he's like, oh, yeah, thanks, Dave. And the guy's giving him his keys and he's about to drive off. And I go, yo, put some fucking street art in Star Wars.